Hi everybody, this is Hal. Here, let me put my hat on so you know who I am. Thank you for being here. Quail Studios guitar. I'm going to change the strings on this guitar and begin the setup on it, and then I'll do some simplified chords for you, and we'll put those on the open position chords, simple open position chords playlist. But first of all, let's take these old strings off. If you're going to change strings on your guitar, you're going to need one of these. Oh, it's called a string winder. Actually, I love string winders. You can do it, by hand, like this, just like that, but it takes forever to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my string winder. I love to do this. Whenever I'm at somebody's house and we change strings, well, everybody loves that for some reason. They're just like, whoa, that's cool. There you go. All right, another one. Here we go. Takes it down really fast when you got a string winder. And one more. There we go. All right, we're going to take these off. Okay, we got the strings off. Now what we do is we take a handy dandy wire clippers, and you got these right here. See how they're so squiggly and everything? Well, just take your wire clippers, but you got to be able to get them out of the guitar. So we got to cut the ends off so that these ends are straight. Here, let's move that out of the way. We're going to have to throw that in the garbage because they are no good for anything. Well, actually, they might be good for something, but I have no use for them. Don't forget to pick that one up so that the cat doesn't choke on it. If I had a cat, my cat got run over by a car. Yeah, I think it was a police car going about 70 miles an hour down the road. She was hunting across the street. Okay, so now that I've got these, oh, there we go. Whoop, just pull them out like that because they're just in the back. Okay. Then what I do is I just roll them up like this, and I don't want to get poked by them because they are amazingly sharp. The ends are. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's talk about what you need to do next. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. This is dirty, we got to clean it up. Oh wow, this has not been dusted forever, so we're going to clean it up there. And also I'm going to get some either almond oil or lemon oil or something like that and put it on this wood fretboard. I think it's a rosewood fretboard. It will look amazing after we get it done. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. All right, I've got the strings on in the guitar, but I don't have them hooked up yet. Like I said, this is a 16-year-old guitar. I took the cover off here because I'm going to adjust the truss rod. The protective covering on the cover itself, the plastic, was never taken off. The nuts on these tuners were all loose, so I tightened them up. The nut on the 1/4-inch jack was loose, so I tightened it up. I cleaned the whole thing, got the dust off of underneath, where if you don't change your strings, it gets dusty under there and hard to get clean. I put oil on the fretboard. See how beautiful that is? It's a rosewood fretboard, it looks like, and I put lemon oil on it. The furniture oil just makes it look beautiful. All right, now we're going to put on the strings. What I mean is I'm going to attach the strings to the top of the guitar. These are D'Addario strings. They're 9s. I've really loved 9s lately. They bend really easy, and after I saw Rick Beato's video about what strings are best, I was using 10s and sometimes 11s because I thought it would make the guitar sound more beefy. But I decided to go back to 9s after watching that video. Go check it out. It's a really good video about guitar string gauges and things like that. And they do a comparison. All right, so here we are. Putting the strings on shouldn't take too long, especially with a string winder. As soon as we get the strings on, we will stretch them out, and I will teach you a chord. Probably the simplified E minor chord. I love that chord. It's really great. You can find the chord over at the playlist, open position chords, or simplified open position chords, or something like that. I've got a bunch of those. I've got, I already did D, G, and C. I'm going to do E minor and E, and then I'll do A minor and A, and D minor. Maybe I should do D minor first since I already did D. And F and B7. And these are chords that we use all the time. So these simplified chords, if you're not very good at it, especially the F, you're going to like the simplified chords because it helps to make your transition easier over to the other chords. All right, let's see if we can get this one in. Nice. The strings are on. Here we go. We're going to tune these up. I don't cut off the tails until after we tune up the strings, because what if I got it wrong? From E to A, E, it's a little flat. A, here comes the bride. Here we go. Or oh, Christmas tree. That's a perfect fourth also. These are perfect fourths. Now this is a major third. Bum, bum, bum. And then from here, ma, da. Okay, this is not going to be in tune, and we're going to stretch the strings. And we do it again. And we do this several times until it stops stretching so much. Okay, that one's about done. Bring it up to A. That one's pretty good. That one's still stretching quite a bit. That one looks pretty good. Big drop there. Okay, that's good. Getting better. E minor chord. Now what I've got to do is I've got to do the height of the strings. I've got to adjust the nut. I've got nut files for the job. These are important because they're going to file the nut. Each one of the, how many do I have here? I got 7 different nut files. And that'll be good because I've got the right gauges for it. So I'm going to file the nut and make sure that those slots are close enough to the neck so the guitar will play really well. After I file the nut, then I'm going to adjust the bridge and get these strings closer, and kind of at the same time I'm going to adjust the truss rod and see if I can dial in exactly the height, the action height that we want. And And then we're going to do the intonation.